welcome to photosynthesis, the inputs and outputs. So how do plants get the molecules they need to grow when they don't eat other plants, they don't eat other animals? Where do they get those atoms to grow? And of course the answer is photosynthesis. So plants will bring in carbon dioxide through their leaves, they'll drink some water, bring it in through their roots, and take some light energy from the sun and perform photosynthesis. So here's the big picture. Sunlight energy comes in, that's the original energy source. Carbon dioxide comes in the leaves, and water comes in through the roots. The photosynthesis happens in the leaves. It will actually make new molecules like oxygen gas and some glucose, some sugar. So here's a leaf, and on the top right you can see a cross section of that leaf, and that green section at the top is called palisades mesophyll cells. Those cells have the most chloroplast. Most of the photosynthesis happens there. Chloroplast is where actually photosynthesis happens in. So chloroplast uses a pigment, it's called chlorophyll. It's what makes the plant green, and that chlorophyll pigment absorbs sunlight. Alright, so here's how it works. What goes into the chemical reaction of photosynthesis, also known as the chemical reactants, is going to be water, and water is going to go in on the left. And notice sunlight's being absorbed by those little stacks of green discs called thylakoids. And sunlight's being absorbed and water comes in. And what happens is that water molecules split in half. Get some hydrogen ions, but it also releases oxygen gas. So that O2 comes on out. That's all on the left. Notice on the right, we have the Calvin cycle. And what's powering it? The energy molecules like ATP and ADPH. And the Calvin cycle will take in carbon dioxide, so carbon dioxide is a reactant, an input, takes that carbon dioxide, breaks that apart, and will use those atoms to help build a glucose. Notice some of the hydrogens from water is also used to build glucose. So, what is made? So that C6H12O6 is just glucose, and over here on the left we have oxygen gas. So you notice the outputs or the products of the chemical reaction is going to be glucose and oxygen gas. So to understand the easy chemical equation for photosynthesis is sunlight comes in, we bring in water on the left, we bring in carbon dioxide on the right for the Calvin cycle. Both of those are the reactants, or actually all three of those are reactants. It will make glucose and it will make oxygen gas. Now, this is actually the balanced chemical reaction, the real chemical reaction. So you notice over here on the left we have 12 water molecules, 6 carbon dioxide molecules. An enzyme are actually what powers a lot of photosynthesis, Actually inside that chloroplast, there are enzymes that are doing the work. And of course, it'll make glucose, That's C6H12O6, makes 6 oxygen gases, and it will make 6 waters. What's important here is, notice everything on the left, the 12 water, 6 carbon dioxides, all those atoms is the same number of atoms and the same type of atoms as on the right. So notice we didn't make any new atoms, we didn't destroy any atoms, we just transferred them. Also, take a look on the left, and you'll notice there's no sunlight, The reason why is sunlight's not made out of atoms. So, hope you learned. Have a good one.